Well guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to see if we can get a bridge across that trail that we have cut in the woods down there. But first I want to share a treasure with y'all that we're keeping in this refrigerator for now. Guys, I know a lot of people have asked me to put my hunting videos on YouTube, but it just has not worked out that well. But anyway, I'm happy to say that in the last week of the season, which was last week here in my part of Georgia, I managed to get a couple of deer, and this is the result. Oh, it's heavy. Result of my efforts here. Let's check this out. This is about 45 pounds of venison right here. Now this will all be ground up. Some of it will be made into sausage, and by the time I mix in bacon and all that kind of stuff with it, it'll end up being about 50 pounds of meat or so. So this is a huge blessing for us, and I'm thankful that I was able to get a couple of deer right towards the end of the season. All right, let's see what kind of bridge building materials we've got in the junk pile. So this is a really nice galvanized pipe right here. It's about 9.5 feet long. Let's check out our other options. Can you drive us down to the pond?
Sure.
Good. See, this one is only 7 feet long and the Jeep is 6 feet wide, so that doesn't give me any wiggle room whatsoever. So we're going to have to rule this one out. Let's go look at the creek. I'm not going to get in quite as bad as I got in with the Jeep. All right, let's go check it out. So this area of the creek where I want to cross is plenty good just to put a good straight pipe in there. So I've got one more pipe I want to check out. I don't think it's in very good shape though, but let's go look at it, and if it does not work, we'll put that metal one down in here and go from there. So this is the best option so far. It's almost 10.5 feet, which will give me a lot more wiggle room on the sides there. And unfortunately it does have a hole in it, but I think maybe I can repair that. Let's try to use this one. So here's our problem spot right here. I believe a tree must have fallen on it or something and busted this. There's a few cracks as well, but this is really what I'm worried about right here. So guys, at this point the camera angles might get pretty bad because I'm down here and the camera's way up there, but what I want to do is just clean out the bottom of the creek as best I can, get the big chunks out of it. Fence posts, I think this is a fence post right here, vines, that kind of thing, so that we can get the pipe sitting on a fairly clean creek bed. Those vines are tough, aren't they? Yeah, bricks.
Where did they come from?
I don't know. Got it?
Yeah. Well guys, we have hit a pretty serious roadblock in this project here. So I have been piling dirt on this, and I'll show you the whole thing here in just a minute, but I've been piling dirt on it, and maybe some of y'all probably predicted this, but the pipe ended up not being long enough to mound up a bunch of dirt and then also have a wide enough top to the road. So it kind of comes up like a pyramid, in which I think it's supposed to happen. And anyway, the top is not nearly wide enough. So I'm going to try to splice a couple of pipes together here with some pieces of pipes and about a little over 5 foot section right here. So let's see if we can fix this problem. So here's what we've got so far. You can see we can get across right here, obviously, because he just did, but we can get across right here, but that width there is only about 3 feet, and the Jeep needs a bare minimum of about 6 feet, preferably some more. And there's the pipe. It is just barely at the edge there, and actually there's dirt on either side, and the other side is not any better. So let's see if we can fix this. Well guys, I don't think that's going to get me any job offers from a construction crew, but I think maybe it'll do for a Jeep trail in the woods. Let's get some dirt on it.
Well guys, I'm gonna call this a success, I think. So I was able to go across in the tractor. It was a little bit nerve-wracking. He stood kind of at a safe distance up the creek while I went across on the tractor, and the tractor made it. So again, it was a little bit nerve-wracking, but it did make it. It does need a little more dirt here. I need some gravel on it to keep it from washing, but all in all, I've got a connected path right here. I've got a kind of a bridge or a culvert or whatever you want to call it over this creek, and that was kind of my goal. I am having some mixed emotions about this whole thing though. So I actually wanted this to be up the creek maybe a couple of feet, but unfortunately how it worked out is the creek right here takes a very radical turn. It's like a horseshoe basically in the creek, and I would have had to have cut through or dug through that bend right there to straighten it out in order to get the pipe up a little bit farther. And when I did that, when I put it there, put the pipe down, I didn't realize I would have to put more pipe, and maybe I should have put the extra pipe up that way. I don't know. But anyway, there's also a pretty heavy-duty root system in the way right there from this massive tree right here. I think it's a poplar tree of some type. But anyhow, the only thing that means is when we go across this spot right here, we're gonna have to just kind of turn left just a little bit when we get off of it. It's really not that big of a deal. It's just kind of aesthetically it looks a little bit weird, but anyhow it works, and it is what it is, I suppose. But we'll give this a shot in the Jeep. Not today, it's getting late and I'm ready to go back to the house and work on supper, and yeah, I'll see y'all then when we get the Jeep out. Oh, wow, missed the bucket. Well guys, the gravel worked pretty good, but it only really worked on top of this dirt pile right here. Some of it I was able to get on one of the banks, but the other bank is completely bare, so it's absolutely going to wash out if I don't do something about it. So the gravel won't stay there because it's too steep. I raked up some pine straw, so we're going to give this a shot. Let's put this on there so that we don't get a whole bunch of washout on this thing. You gonna go get some more? I didn't get anywhere near enough. Gravel's heavy.
But it isn't heavy.
Well, it's heavier than dirt. Well guys, I think that's just about as good as it gets for what we're working on here. So we got pine straw on either side to help with erosion. There's a fair amount of gravel on that side as well. Got a good bit of pine straw over here. Basically no gravel, but a good thick layer of pine straw. And hopefully with time, we'll see that kind of turn into mulch with the leaves and so forth that'll be falling. And hopefully get some vegetation growing there as well. Got a good layer of rock on the top. And well, time will tell. We'll see how it does. But now we're connected from that side of the property over there to the property behind me as well. So mission accomplished. The only thing left to do now is grab the Jeep and see how well it goes across it. guys, I'm going to go ahead and officially call this project finished. Not a lot of margin for error, unfortunately. It reminds me a lot of the bridge that we built maybe a year or so ago. There's not a lot of margin for error. I don't know if you saw, but on one of those shots a few seconds ago, the one of the wheels got kind of close to the edge, and a rock kind of got shifted and fell off the edge. I'm hoping that improves as it gets driven over and compacted and rained on and compacted and so forth. But either way, not a lot of margin for error, but it does work. I think it's stable enough. The Jeep fits across it, tractor fits across it, Zego fits across it, good footpath across it right here. But it does remind me a lot of that bridge that you can't really, you got to go in the middle of it or you may have some issues. But anyhow, now we have two parts of the property connected that were not previously connected, and this was kind of the link that I was wanting to do. Now at this point I can get on foot and just walk, basically do a full loop around the entire property using the driveway, using trails through the woods, this bridge and the other bridge, and I think that's great. One of the things that I enjoy doing is walking in the woods, and this kind of completes the circuit on our property here. So that's a pretty big deal, don't you think? Yeah, pretty big deal. Can you give them a thumbs up to finish out the video?
Thumbs up.
There you go. Y'all got a thumbs up this time. Good work, man. Well, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. So I had several people ask me how seminary work is going, and the answer is it's going fine. So I have one more semester left. I'll try my best to keep y'all updated on what's kind of going on in our lives, but we have one semester left, and this is probably going to be the final video before we go back in order for me to finish up this semester. So I don't know when the next video will be, but I really greatly appreciate y'all watching these videos. I've had a blast these last 6 weeks of winter break making these videos. It's been great to interact with y'all again in the comment section, and as always, we appreciate y'all watching, and I will see y'all on the next one, whenever that might be. No. It's okay.
I can make it snow! That didn't really work. This is not a good tree for this.
Dad, can you help me? Thumbs up.
You can't see your thumbs?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
All right, everybody, 1, 2, 3.
Thumbs up!
Up.